What's going on? Welcome to the Observant Lineman. I am your Observant Lineman, Uche Waneri. And it appears that Antonio Clown now has yes, that's right, new sexual misconduct allegations. And I'm reading this from SportsIllustrated.com, an article by Robert Klemko, dated September 16th, 2019. Now, I'm going to go through the article quick. Obviously, as you can see, I'm doing a car video here. I'm on my way back from the Purdue-TCU matchup, where my Boilermakers were utterly destroyed. Utterly destroyed by TCU 34-14. But enough of that. Let's get back to this Antonio Clown mess, because it looks here like Antonio Clown is now being accused of yet another sexual misconduct allegation. So let me go through this. I haven't read this article, so we're going to start from the top. I'm going to try and be quick with it. It looks like it's a pretty long read, so if I'm able to get to any of the juicier details, I will try to jump ahead. But it says here, when Antonio Brown agreed to a one-year contract with the Patriots a little more than 24 hours before the first Sunday of the NFL season, it was supposed to be the end of the soap opera. Yeah, right. A drama-filled summer with the Raiders had culminated in his release. Now, he was joining the league's model franchise. The distractions were sure to fade away under Bill Belichick, and the legendary head coach was sure to dismiss any that didn't. Tom Brady was 1,000,000% in on Brown joining the team. Of course he was. And even offered to put the receiver up at his home while he looked for a new one, according to a story relayed by Sunday Night Football play-by-play man Al Michaels. Brown's arrival in Foxborough was going to finally make it all about football again. That illusion did not last long, as we all know. When it comes to Antonio Clown, no illusion lasts. None of these illusions can last long enough to allow for any kind of normalcy when you're dealing with this clown. So, Brown's first full week as a Patriot included a civil lawsuit against him by former trainer Brittany Taylor. We've all heard about that. She claims that he forcibly raped her at his residence in 2018. Accusation, but still, the drama is there. SI conducted interviews with more than 24 people who have employed, worked for, coached, or played alongside Brown, some who have taken legal action against him and others who have not, and reviewed police and court documents from jurisdictions ranging from Miami to Pittsburgh to Oakland. In a half-dozen lawsuits, he's accused of refusal to pay wages for former assistants and part-time employees. So basically, this dude is a cheapskate, deadbeat bum who, with all the money he has, still refuses to pay people what he owes them. I mean, it makes no sense to me. And I really am starting to believe that this guy has CTE symptoms that we're witnessing in real time. It says here, court documents and interviews also suggest a pattern of disturbing, sometimes bizarre behavior, including, SI has learned, a second woman's allegation of sexual misconduct by Brown. Neither Brown's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, nor his lawyer, Darren Heitner, responded to SI's emailed list of questions seeking Brown's responses to each of the accusations within this story. In total, the stories of those who have encountered Brown paint a portrait of a superstar athlete living a rock star lifestyle, of a man who rose from poverty and anonymity in Miami to stardom and wealth on a national stage, only to make a habit of insulting, attacking, betraying people he saw as being beneath his station. So this guy puts himself above people. He looks at people as lesser and lesser deserving than him, and he treats them as such, which is not a surprise when we're talking about Antonio Clown. So, let's see here. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to breeze through this real quick. Okay. So it says here that Brown agreed to host a charity softball game in Pittsburgh in June 2017 to benefit National Youth Foundation, a Pennsylvania-based all-volunteer group of women that promotes inclusion and gender equality, as well as developing academic skills in kids. During an auction of artwork donated by regional artists, Brown noticed a portrait of himself as well as its artist, a woman in her late 20s, in from out of state. She'd resolved to keep her silence on the events that ensued. Through the foundation, Sports Illustrated contacted the artist, who requested anonymity in order to speak candidly about her dealings with Brown, which she has not previously revealed publicly. According to one of the organization's co-founders, Sophia Hansen, Brown liked the painting so much that he trumped the would-be winning bid of $450 with a $700 offer to buy it himself. Hansen says she took Brown at his word, and he promised payment at a later date. After all, Brown had earned more than $69 million before taxes during his NFL career, and that's not including national endorsement deals with the likes of Pepsi, Nike, Microsoft, and EA Sports. He was on the cover of Madden 19, that garbage-ass football game. Okay, Brown was so delighted with the portrait and the artist that he invited her to come to his home in the northern suburbs of Pittsburgh to create another painting for him, this time a mural on a wall in his home. The artist says Brown agreed to pay a daily fee of $1,000 for her work and sent a van to transport her from New York City, along with some friends and associates, to Western Pennsylvania. Arriving at his home, the woman first thought nothing of Brown's flirtations, an uncomfortable yet constant reality of her professional life. And she was thrilled by his willingness to share her work on social media. Even posted a live video showcasing her progress. It was very exciting to have this person interested in my work, the woman says. He acted like he trusted me and he let me do my thing. On her second day, however, the atmosphere curdled. Does that sound familiar? Says here, the artist says at one point she was in a kneeling position while painting and turned to find Brown behind her, naked, holding a small hand towel over his genitals. He was flirty with me, but I paid him no mind because I was there on business. Plus, I had already seen him with multiple girls in the short time I was with him, says the woman. I was about 40% done on the second day, and I'm on my knees painting the bottom, and he walks up to me butt-ass naked with a hand cloth covering his penis and starts having a conversation with me. She took it as a clear sexual come on. Unfortunately, I've been tried by men a lot of times, so I just kept my cool and kept painting. After that, it all ended abruptly. The next day, Brown told the woman he was heading to Miami. She still believed she'd finished the mural, which her small but growing social media following anxiously awaited when Brown returned. But days turned into weeks, and with no contact from Brown, she brought another painting to his home inspired by the concept of dead days, a term used in Cook County, Illinois prisons to describe when prisoners spend more time incarcerated during pretrial than their eventual sentences. And she hoped he'd share it on social media to raise awareness of the cause. So we got a situation here where this guy pulls up on this woman who's obviously keeping it professional, working, trying to create a mural, trying to create some artwork for this guy. He walks up behind her butt-ass naked with a hand towel over his junk and like he's expecting something. Now, I'm really proud of how this woman put her response, to be honest. I'm proud of how she put her response because now we have seen two situations of Antonio Clown just out of the blue, abruptly walking up on women in his home with his junk out there for the world to see. And now we're developing a pattern. And when you start developing a pattern, then you start to realize that some things may very well be true. Now, again, this is an accusation, but at the same time, there's a pattern that's now developing with how he acts around people. We know he doesn't like to pay people for doing work, and we know he likes to walk into rooms abruptly with his junk hanging out for women to look at. So I'm interested to see what his side of the story is going to be to this. This is obviously a bombshell in terms of breaking news, and I'm also very curious to see what the New England Patriots are going to do, because now you have count them, two accusations and multiple lawsuits. This guy is nothing but a train wreck. And who cares what he did on the field yesterday? Right now, we're looking at a situation where we could possibly have a serial sexual assaulter, playing for the New England Patriots. So as I look through this, as I'm looking through it, it's going more into some of the more documented situations in regards to what he's done that is actually in the news already. And it just really goes on to talk about his lack of goodwill in paying these people who actually provided him with services. And, you know, I'm seeing numbers here that are starting at $50,000. I'm seeing numbers in here that are talking about $11,500. I'm seeing numbers in here that are talking about he's being sued by a lot of people. $7,200. What else? $2,000 from Goodrich Tires. $38,521 to his personal chef that he owes. He's being sued for. This guy is, wow. Wow. This guy is a truly narcissistic, truly troubled individual. And I'll be honest, I feel like it has more to do, I feel like a big part of it has to do with CTE. Because that's the only kind of thing that can explain that kind of bizarre behavior. Because that's the lamest crap you can do, walking up on a woman, butt naked, with your junk hanging out, and you don't even know this woman. You've never had any relations with this woman. So what would make you think, what would make you believe that you could just walk up to her and just assume she's going to be okay with you being butt naked with your fucking junk hanging out while she's working? I mean, that's unbelievable to me. So we're going to keep an eye on this story. Like I said, I had to pull my ass off the road. I pulled a quick when I saw it pop up on my timeline. You know, we're going to keep an eye on this. We're going to keep an eye on any new information that comes along. So stay tuned to The Observant Lineman. Smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to The Observant Lineman Uche Waneri. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.